Breaking this morning, St. Louis explodes in gunfire after a homicide hours ago and 7 people shot overnight. The call for change from the community this morning after a string of shootings over the weekend.
Recovering from rainfall, the park and pool improvements in University City ready to open just in time for summer.
Scattered showers and storms are making their way in. I'm tracking them out for you.
Stuck at a red light with no one around? We're breaking down the traffic light timing and why it's necessary.
Set your DVRs
right into it on Jawbreaker.
The 4 St. Louisans competing on 2 popular game shows tonight.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
All right, everyone, good morning. It is Monday, June 3rd. I'm Michelle Lee.
And I'm Sydney Stallworth. Rennie Knott is off this morning and for the rest of the week. Thanks everybody for joining us. Now on your morning commute, maybe you saw a couple of drops on the windshield, but later today, those drops are definitely going to fall more significantly. Let's get on over to Tracy Hansen, who's in for Anthony. Hey, Tracy.
Hey guys, so what we're going to see today are very light scattered showers to start, and then we're going to have some more organized storms later on tonight. So we will spend most of the day nice and dry. It's a beautiful start to the day out there as we look over our beautiful Gateway Arch. 72 degrees. This is usually the coolest time of the day right about now. Winds are out of the south-southeast at just under 10 miles per hour. Through the rest of our day today, we will make it into the upper 80s for us. We're going to have a good mix of sun and clouds, and you can see very limited shower chances before we get into some more storm activity as we make our way into the evening. Now, so far, weather shouldn't be an issue on the roads. Paul, how are things looking out there?
It's all about construction, Tracy, all about that. And well, of course, the construction itself shouldn't do it right now as far as delays go. But when you start to see the volume building here, and now we're going to be in the 6 o'clock hour rush, you will see some delays. Right now, we're at Carondelet, 55. Look at the girders. They're beautiful. They're new, but you can't drive on that, of course. So that's not a great thing. And then a little area here and there of construction that you maybe didn't know about. It had been postponed in early May. Now you are seeing it here. Technology Drive at 40 and 364. We'll keep an eye on that for sure. What else did I want to tell you about? Oh, yeah, a little bit further here on all of our bridges across the Missouri. You are moving. Blanchette, too. Another take of traffic coming your way soon, guys.
Well, we're following breaking news right now. A truck smashed into the side of this gas station in North City. Take a look. This is a live look of the scene just moments after it happened. You can see police out there talking to somebody, a man just outside. Now this is on Newhall's Ferry Circle near Riverview and Lewis and Clark Boulevard. You can see quite a bit of damage to the front of that store and even that stone there at the bottom of the building. So if you are in this area, you might want to avoid this for the next couple of hours while they work that out. And right now our news crew is working to learn more about any injuries or any arrests.
Also breaking this morning at 6:03, a man is dead after being shot in South St. Louis. Take a look. This is video of that scene from less than 3 hours ago. It happened on Pennsylvania Avenue, just off of Gravois and Benton Park West. No word on any arrests at this point. Of course, we'll keep you posted. Now, this homicide comes just hours after another shooting left 7 injured near Fairgrounds Park.
5 on your side's Diamond Palmer is live at police headquarters with the latest developments. And Diamond, now there's a growing concerns because families in St. Louis are truly worried about safety.
Well, Sydney and Michelle, certainly a growing concern this morning. Just hours ago, before we came on air here, Citizens for Greater Downtown St. Louis actually released a 2-page letter calling the violence in our city a crisis. Now, St. Louis police responded to 6 shootings in the last 24 hours, and more than a dozen people were injured over the weekend. We'll get right to a map this morning and show you where that shooting happened in North St. Louis that injured 7 people just after 10 last night on Kossuth and Prairie in North St. Louis. That happening last night. Police say it happened outside of a nightclub across the street from Fairground Park. The victims range from 24 to 54 years old. And this morning, the details are limited, but what we do know is that 2 of them are in serious condition. We've reached out to police to see if they have any suspects at this time, and we are waiting to hear back. We'll continue to, of course, ask that question. The weekend shootings continued near downtown St. Louis, and Sunday morning, a 51-year-old man was shot and killed on Washington Avenue. And then 3 other men were shot near the Broadway Oyster Bar on Saturday. So here's this letter that I told you about just moments ago. So overnight, Citizens for Greater Downtown St. Louis sent me this statement saying, "This is a 5-alarm crisis that demands immediate action, not press conferences. The questionable crime is down narrative provides no comfort when confronted with this level of violence. The increased police patrol that has been promised for years has been sporadic, particularly during nighttime hours when most crime occurs. For several years, we've been calling for a truly collaborative effort of residents, businesses, law enforcement, and civic groups to come up with a real plan." So the Citizens for Greater Downtown St. Louis says they actually have that plan and they presented it to city leaders, and they say city leaders never came to the table to discuss with them. Of course, police at this time are still asking anyone for information on this weekend shooting. If you have that information, you should call them at 866-371-TIPS, and you can remain anonymous. But coming up in the next half hour, we'll check in with gun violence advocates and see what they are saying and also what resources they're providing. Reporting live here at Police Headquarters, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
Thanks so much, Diamond. 5 on your side. We'll continue to follow these stories all day long. When we learn more from police, we're going to update it on air, also online at ksdk.com.
Just hours from now, family and friends of 9-year-old Scarlett Parmalee, daughter, Parmalee Daughtry, will say their final goodbye to the little girl. Her funeral is today in Festus, as she and her 2-year-old brother Isaac were killed last Tuesday. Right now, their mom, Ashley Parmalee, faces first-degree murder charges in both of their deaths. The funeral is just for friends and family. But coming up in our next half hour, we are going to talk with Scarlett and Isaac's fathers. We already spoke with them and how they want to remember their children.
This morning, University City parents will once again have a summer hangout spot for the kiddos, and it comes nearly 2 years after massive flooding damaged parts of the area. Our Mercedes McKay is giving us an update on the repairs, and of course, this is just in time for summer. Mercedes.
Good morning, Michelle. That's exactly right. So good news for University City families and parents this morning. Right now, we're live outside of U City's community building known as Centennial Commons. So this is home to the pool, and it's located inside Heeman Park, 2 of the areas that were really damaged by that historic flood we saw in July of 2022. But this morning, we are happy to share that most of the repairs are done, and this area is completely ready for families to enjoy this summer. Take a look at your screen now. We're going to take you back to July of 2022. These are pictures taken just days after that flood. You can see the basement of Centennial Commons completely underwater. In the pool, it's not even recognizable because of the damage. You can also see the indoor soccer field filled with floodwaters as well. But good news this morning, here's what the pool looks like now. For the first time in 2 years, the lap pool is open and swim lessons are available. Other repairs include the indoor soccer field, the weight room, softball and baseball fields at Heeman Park, and the central garage complex. Now this morning, other areas do need a little bit more time, like the gym floor, which will be ready in August. I spoke with U City Parks and Public Works Director, who told me these repairs are necessary.
Probably the community's heaviest public use building when it's fully operational, and it's just been, with COVID and then the historic flood, this building has just had a 1-2 knockout, and we're back on our feet and we're getting ready to open up full blown.
Many residents I spoke to here in U City believe that these repairs should have been done quicker. It did nearly take almost 2 years now. I did take that concern to city leaders, who told me they've been working with FEMA since this flood hit back in July of 2022. The process just does take a while. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll hear directly from residents. Live in U City, Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Mercedes. The stunning moment a tornado touches down, caught on camera. The incredible footage just into our newsroom overnight out of Northwest Texas.
A mix of sun and clouds today. We will have a few spot storms and more storm activity overnight. I'm tracking it all out for you in the next few minutes.
Never gets old. A weekend win means the Battlehawks will host a conference championship. How you can score some tickets today.